Look up at the night sky. Imagine the vast expanse above you, stretching out into infinity. The twinkling stars, the glowing moon, and the occasional streak of a shooting star all paint a picture of a universe that is both beautiful and mysterious. We see a universe filled with celestial objects in constant motion. Planets orbit stars, moons dance around planets, and asteroids zip through the void. Each of these objects follows a path dictated by the invisible forces that govern the cosmos. Galaxies, those magnificent collections of stars, gas, and dust, spiral through the vastness of space. They move in a graceful dance, their arms stretching out like cosmic whirlpools. But what keeps these galaxies from flying apart or collapsing in on themselves? What keeps these objects from collapsing into each other? The answer lies in a delicate and fascinating interplay between two fundamental forces, gravity and angular momentum. Gravity, the force that pulls objects toward one another, and angular momentum, the property that keeps objects in motion, work together to create a balance. Gravity is the force that pulls objects toward one another. It's the reason why we stay grounded on Earth and why the planets orbit the Sun. Angular momentum, on the other hand, is the property that keeps objects in motion. It's what allows a spinning top to stay upright and what keeps the planets in their orbits. This cosmic ballet, a spectacle billions of years in the making, is a testament to the elegant laws that govern our universe. The interplay between gravity and angular momentum creates a delicate balance that allows celestial objects to move in harmony. This isn't just a story of distant objects, though. The same forces that govern the motion of galaxies and planets also affect objects closer to home. The very satellite that beams your favorite show down from space is beholden to these forces. Satellites orbit the Earth thanks to the balance between gravity and angular momentum. Gravity pulls the satellite toward the Earth while its angular momentum keeps it moving in a circular path. This delicate balance allows the satellite to stay in orbit and perform its functions. Understanding this dance is key to unlocking the secrets of the cosmos. By studying the interplay between gravity and angular momentum, scientists can learn more about the formation and evolution of celestial objects. This knowledge can help us understand the origins of our own solar system and the potential for life on other planets. So let's embark on this journey of discovery, exploring the intricate relationship between gravity and angular momentum. As we delve deeper into the mysteries of the universe, we will uncover the elegant laws that govern the motion of celestial objects and gain a greater appreciation for the beauty and complexity of the cosmos. Imagine a spinning top. Notice how it resists any attempt to change its orientation. This resistance is due to a property called angular momentum. In simple terms, it's the inertia of a rotating object. The faster an object spins and the more massive it is, the greater its angular momentum. Now imagine that spinning top is our planet, Earth. We are constantly moving, rotating on our axis while also hurtling through space around the sun. This motion gives us angular momentum, a crucial element in our planet's existence. Here's where the dance begins. Gravity, the force that attracts any two objects with mass, constantly pulls the Earth towards the sun. You might then ask, why don't we just fall into our star? This is where angular momentum steps in. The Earth's forward motion, combined with the sun's gravitational pull, creates a curved path. Our planet is essentially falling towards the sun, but perpetually misses because of its angular momentum. This continuous interplay between gravity and angular momentum is what defines an orbit. A common misconception is that gravity weakens the further you move away from an object. While this is true to an extent, it doesn't mean gravity disappears in orbit. The sun's gravity is ever present, holding Earth in its orbital embrace. The strength of gravity does decrease with distance, but it never reaches zero. This persistent force ensures planets remain bound to their stars, even across vast cosmic distances. Think of it as a cosmic tether, constantly pulling, always present. So how does gravity maintain this cosmic dance? It's a question that has fascinated scientists and astronomers for centuries. The answer lies in the fundamental forces that govern our universe. Gravity, one of the four fundamental forces, plays a crucial role in the motion of celestial bodies. But how exactly does it work to keep planets, moons, and other objects in their orbits? The answer lies in its role as a centripetal force. A centripetal force is any force that keeps an object moving in a circular path, constantly pulling it towards the center of that path. In the case of orbital motion, gravity acts as this centripetal force. This force acts towards the center of a circular path, constantly pulling the orbiting object inwards. Without this inward pull, the object would simply move off in a straight line, following the path of inertia. But thanks to gravity, the object is kept in a stable orbit. Imagine swinging a ball tied to a string. As you swing the ball around, the tension in the string acts as the centripetal force, pulling the ball towards your hand and keeping it in a circular path. If you were to let go of the string, the ball would fly off in a straight line, no longer constrained by the centripetal force. The tension in the string acts as the centripetal force, keeping the ball from flying off in a straight line. This is a simple yet powerful analogy for understanding how gravity works in the context of orbital motion. Similarly, gravity provides the centripetal force that keeps planets from veering off on a tangent. Just as the string pulls the ball towards the center, gravity pulls the planets towards the star they are orbiting. This gravitational pull is what keeps the planets in their elliptical orbits, preventing them from drifting away into space. This constant pull towards the center is what maintains the curved trajectory of an orbit. The balance between the forward motion of the planet and the inward pull of gravity creates a stable, predictable path. This delicate balance is what allows our solar system to function as a harmonious, interconnected system. Understanding gravity's role in orbital motion not only helps us comprehend the mechanics of our own solar system, but also provides insights into the behavior of other celestial systems. From the orbits of moons around their planets to the paths of stars within galaxies, gravity is the invisible hand that guides the cosmic dance. So next time you look up at the night sky, remember that the beautiful, intricate dance of celestial bodies is all thanks to the unyielding force of gravity. It's a force that not only keeps us grounded on Earth but also orchestrates the grand ballet of the cosmos. We've all seen astronauts floating in space. It's a mesmerizing sight, isn't it? The way they glide effortlessly, almost as if they're swimming through the air. This iconic image has been etched into our minds through countless movies, documentaries, and news reports. This weightlessness often leads to the misconception that there's no gravity in orbit. Many people think that once you leave Earth's surface, gravity just disappears. But that's not the case at all. In fact, gravity is still very much at play. However, this couldn't be further from the truth. Gravity is what keeps the moon in orbit around Earth and the planets in orbit around the sun. It's a fundamental force that permeates the entire universe. Astronauts experience weightlessness because they are in a constant state of freefall. This might sound confusing at first, but let's break it down. When an object is in freefall, it is falling under the influence of gravity alone, with no other forces acting on it. Imagine yourself jumping off a diving board. As you leap into the air for a brief moment, you feel a sensation of weightlessness. It's a fleeting experience, but it's very real. For a brief moment, you feel weightless, right? That's because during that split second, you are in freefall. Gravity is pulling you down, but there's nothing pushing back up against you. That's because you're falling freely under the influence of gravity. This is the same principle that applies to astronauts in space. They are falling towards Earth, but because they are moving forward at such a high speed, they keep missing it. Astronauts are essentially doing the same thing, just on a much larger scale. They are in a continuous state of freefall, but their forward velocity is so great that they keep orbiting around the Earth instead of crashing into it. They are constantly falling towards Earth, but their forward motion ensures they never crash. This delicate balance between gravity pulling them down and their forward motion propelling them around the planet creates the sensation of weightlessness. So, the next time you see an astronaut floating in space, remember that it's not a lack of gravity, but rather a perfect harmony of forces at play. Stable orbits are a delicate balancing act between gravity and angular momentum. If a planet's speed were to increase, it would overcome the gravitational pull and spiral outwards. Conversely, a decrease in speed would cause it to spiral inwards towards the star. This balance is crucial for the existence of planetary systems and galaxies. It allows for the stable and predictable motion of celestial objects, paving the way for the formation of stars, planets, and ultimately, life itself. The relationship between gravity and angular momentum is a testament to the elegance and beauty of the universe. It's a cosmic dance, billions of years in the making, that governs the motion of celestial objects, from the smallest asteroids to the largest galaxies. As we continue to explore the cosmos, unraveling the mysteries of these fundamental forces brings us closer to understanding our place in this vast and awe-inspiring universe.